And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing 7 Days to Die. Alright, well, I've got the hatch in, the ladder's in, everything is sort of ready for a massive excavation. So here's the second floor. This is going to be the looting floor and the smelting floor, and then we have this down here, which looks really gnarly right now because there was just a lot of mapping things out, because I've got this in here and I wanted to map out where some of my pillars were going to be, all that kind of good stuff. So this right here is that outside wall. If I go up to this area, that's that outside wall right there. That's where that is. So the outside wall is the start of the spikes going out. So if you're going to dig this thing out, if you have some clay in there that you want to save, that's fine. You can dig the clay out, because it'll go down to like right there, and that's where it stops. So you can do that. I regret putting these, or putting concrete in these, just because they're going to wind up falling and collapsing anyway. So the way that I recommend doing this is collapsing the dirt first, because the stone can carry a lot more weight than the dirt. So you can easily collapse the dirt, whereas the stone, you need to do a little bit more digging to collapse it. And depending on whether or not you have a quick axe or an auger for that matter, it could be quite the tedious process. So, first thing you want to do is dig yourself down to the stone level. Right there, okay? And then dig out. You're going to want kind of a foothold. And I'm expecting another wandering horde any moment. So, I want to make sure I have an exit, case that eventuality comes, because the last couple have come from this direction and have moved on over there. So there is a way out over there. I think a bunch of cops dug the way out, but so yeah, you're going to want to separate your dirt from your walls. So I recommend going all the way around the perimeter of the base, on the inside here, and digging down to stone. And it's a lot of digging, and that's one of the reasons why I introduced the quick axe, because I wanted to make sure that I was able to dig fast, so I didn't take too much on-screen time to do so. So once you're separated, yeah, see, that's dirt here too. We have a mismatched amount of dirt here. So let's separate it from this angle here. Now dirt, you pretty much, if you dig I don't know, it's about a 3x4, 3x5 area underneath the dirt, it should collapse down. You know, and it depends on a lot of variables, whether or not you have stone involved. See, we have a little dirt on this side here. There it goes. And that collapsed it down. And yeah, you have to, you know, clean up a little bit of dirt, but it's a lot less blocks to clear than if you would have cleared the whole thing by hand. So I'm just saying that it would help tremendously to collapse this down. And then once you've got a foothold on it, you just continue digging. So one thing I kind of like to do is do it in layers. So I'll do like 2. That way you can get a little bit done and kind of pop your head out like a gopher and see if there's anything around that wants to eat your face. And again, this is why I invented the quick axe, because this is a painful process. And of course, we have basically all stone back here. So that's going to change the dynamic of how you're going to collapse things, because stone, you can carry a lot of weight with stone. There we go. Now we're back to. So depending on it, it all depends on where you dig. I dug into the side of a gigantic hill, and so my dirt and stone is a little bit more varied. Whereas if you dig at basically a place that's pretty flat already, you shouldn't have too many problems. You should be able to dig down and be relatively flat where the dirt is. So yeah, this is the next big step. Now, if you have a multiplayer server, this goes way faster. You can basically dig the entire thing out in like 2 to 3 days, depending on the tools that you have. If you have an auger, you can do it in 1 day. An auger makes all the difference, but that's a pretty rare early game tool, and not really something a lot of people have so early in the game. I wish augers, I wish they were an early game thing because they're so awesome, but typically I get an auger once all my base building is done already. So that's the one unfortunate thing. Of course, you could always cheat yourself an auger and go ham with it. But what's the point of building this whole thing anyway if you're just going to cheat? You might as well just turn like God mode on and go to town. Okay. So yeah, it's a big perimeter, but once it's dug, the collapsing process goes pretty fast. And this is why I really didn't want these. I should not have put these in there, because I'm going to collapse this whole thing. Well, these are going to collapse down, and it's going to be a waste of concrete. So I would recommend not doing that. I just put those there to indicate where my separations were. And yeah, it's unfortunate. I've got them upgraded down the base, and that'll tell me I've got the center one. I dug the center straight down and put a concrete block on that. So once I do get down there, I'll be able to actually plan all these support pillars out from that center block. So yeah, I have quite a lot of digging to do. All right. I do a lot of building in this game, and I know there's a whole lot of zombie looting and all that kind of stuff you can do. And you can just go ham with the looting and the zombie killing and all that kind of stuff. I really like these kinds of games for the building designs and stuff that you can do. So I apologize if the content the last few episodes has been a little bit slow, because I need to get this base going so I have a nice secure place to call home, and then once I have that, I'll be able to venture out in the world a little bit more. I'm not even sure if I've found the mini bike book. Have I found the mini bike book? Oh, I think I have. These are white, so I think I have. So that's good. So I'll be able to build a mini bike soon. Oh, there we go with more stone. So that's all stone in here. It's probably all stone. Stone, stone, and then there's the dirt again. How about down here? Okay, and that's stone there. So pretty much, I mean, this is basically the most concentrated dirt right here, and I think that is stone. So let's see if I can cut across here. How do I get up there? Jump over to here. And should be able to clear the rest of this out. Up to the stone. And there's a lot of stone. So if you want to level up, if you got a quick axe, if you want to level up, you can clear the stone layer by layer. It'll just, you know, extend the amount of time that you have to dig. So it radically increases the amount of time you have to dig. Okay, so there's the limit there. So now again, to collapse this thing, you just sort of go in. And see, now that there's stone in there, you can tell. You can always tell there's stone in there, because it won't collapse. And it's always nice to have a little stone, too, for things. There it goes. Oh, man, it fell on top of me. I think that concrete block probably had something to do with how sticky that was. So there's the destroyed stone right there. All right. The process has begun. And I am due for a wandering horde any second. So I want to kind of be ready for that. There they are. It's almost like I knew. Oops, I accidentally hit spacebar on the ladder. And that always takes me a little bit of time to reset. As you can see. Come on. Why? Oh, now they're running. Well, this mess up all my spikes, why don't you? Pop his head. At least they didn't go over the edge, because they kind of detected that that was an edge. So they stayed on the spikes basically. Okay, we need to go out. I want to see how much loot we got from that. Bodies galore over here. Ooh, I'll take those all day. That's why I like a little walkway in between here. I'm gonna drop that and drop that for now. Probably drop that too. Not sure I need this skirt, but I always recommend cleaning off your spikes. So if new zombies come by, it's pretty much always going to get a zombie horde in the morning too, depending on your difficulty levels, of course. Seems like they've ramped up the zombie hordes as of late. But yeah, clean off your spikes. That way, they're nice and fresh. And these spikes don't really have that many hit points. So it might behoove you to also repair them and upgrade them as you get iron. So, you know, I'm full at the moment. I could even get some more iron by scrapping these. But yeah, coming in here, I'll show you just how much iron these things take. So the first upgrade, 40. The next upgrade, wait, what? Steel. There should be another upgrade involved here. Maybe did I upgrade these already once and just forgot? Strange. I don't remember doing that. You can see how much iron you go through in doing this process. It's painful. Get them repaired. Obviously, I don't have any steel. I do have steel unlocked. I'm now past level 40. So I got steel, but I just don't have any steel on me. And just the sheer amount of steel that this is going to take is rather painful. There. That's enough doing that on camera. I won't subject your ears to that anymore. I'm going to need to make sure the slopes on these. You see my quick axe is almost dead too. It's unfortunate. Oh, so much. So much. Yeah, I just don't have any more space for things. Yeah, dirt I've been dropping. Rotten flesh, I'll keep that around. I would like to get a good supply of this going. Got lots and lots of corn and potatoes, which is nice. No, that doesn't go in there. I'm going to put that over here. Some other miscellaneous stuff. I think I have more mechanical parts over here. Yeah, this is where I'm keeping my mechanical parts. Look at all the miscellaneous stuff that I've been collecting this whole time. The other change I made in the recent XML edits is if you stand on your bedroll, you actually get the resting buff. Now, the bedroll is, you know, basically 1 health every 20 seconds. So if you go AFK or something. Now, I would recommend building a big bed. Like the big, like queen size bed. It takes springs and cotton and all that kind of stuff. Make one of those and place that down instead of a bedroll. And stand on that. And that will give you a much, much greater boost. And basically, these are things, these are two buffs that are built into the game, and they're just not used. So I went in there and tweaked them and enabled them again, and there you go. We're good to go. How are you doing for more iron? Did I put the iron back, didn't I? There we go. I wanted to save that. I'm also going to need a bunch of nails come the time when I need to build a storage system. I'm going to do it similar to the one I do in the stream, the multiplayer stream, just because it's pretty well organized, and I like it. Alright, so I have a little bit of work to do. See, I have some forged iron I'll be able to repair. Ooh, I didn't change that. So I'm going to need another one of these. Just because for the only difference that I do between the stream and the single player game is the quick axe recipe. In the multiplayer stream, I used forged steel, which makes this a little bit harder to get. In the single player game, I used forged iron because the whole point of having the quick axe is to reduce the grind. And the grind can get pretty real if you are not paying attention. So I like to reduce the grind and, you know, have a little bit of fun doing it. And if it means doing a little cheaty quick axe, then fine. I'm not opposed to that. You can see how much time you can spend mining and all that kind of stuff just with a simple building project. Oh man, there's a lady over here. Remnants of the horde, no doubt. I don't know where she is. Thank you. Thank you for dying. I wish you could like pick them up and throw their bodies. I'm not sure where she's gonna give out, where a gore block is gonna set. I'd rather not have a gore block right beside my front entrance. There we go. All right. Well, I've got a lot of digging to do, and we'll come back next episode when the digging is done. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.